Hey, Milo.
Billy!
Really, you gonna sit in this cold weather today?
Hey, how much you pay? How much you pay? How much you pay for that seat, bro?
You got passion. You got passion.
More in the springtime in Georgia.
Make sure that you get my good side.
Every side's your good side.
Thank you, Joe.
Billy, best seat in the house.
And welcome into the spring finale of spring training baseball here at Peoples Bank Park, exclusively on WOYK YouTube. My name is Jake Ness. I'll be with you for the action today, joining Darrell Henry all season long. And we have the final of 3 spring training games for the Revs. And today, a new opponent. They are hosting the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Last year's second half North Division champions ended up losing in the North Championship Series to the Long Island Ducks, and they will have one final chance to get their season underway against the Revs today. For the Revs on the mound is the right-hander Nick Travieso, 28 years old, out of Southwest Ranches, Florida, a former first-rounder of the Cincinnati Reds back in 2012, out of Pembroke Pines, Florida, and last season pitched in Indy Ball in the American Association with the Kansas City Monarchs of the Frontier League, 17 starts, a 5.92 ERA, and 86 innings pitched, and actually got recruited, training this offseason with fellow Revs right-hander Alex Sanabia. So fans will get their first look at Travieso today. Figures to be an integral part of this rotation this year. We'll see a couple starters in action today. Following Travieso, we'll see Jorge Martinez and Duke Von Schaman. And then a variety of one-inning splits from other relievers. Again, the final spring training tune-up before the weekend. And we'll actually be playing 10 innings today, as opposed to the 8 we've played in the last couple of games. If you missed yesterday, of course, unfortunately we were not able to air it being on the road and other weather conditions happening, but the Revs once again hit the ball really well against the Lancaster Barnstormers over at Clipper Magazine Stadium. Touch on that as the day goes on, but a couple of big innings. Revs put up 9 runs in the 8-inning game. And now we will fire it down and get ready to go. First 3 due up for Southern Maryland today. The center fielder, Jack Sundberg. Right fielder Braxton Lee and first baseman Jared Walker to get it started against Travieso. So center fielder Jack Sundberg leads it off. He's batting from the left side against Travieso. The defense behind Nick. Troy Stokes Jr. in left. Jeffrey Perez in center. Zakrak Hewson in right. Carlos Franco and Nelly Rodriguez on the corners, Elmer, Reyes, and Jack Kenley up the middle, and Paul Mondesi doing catching today for the Revs. Travieso's first pitch, the wind, the delivery, and it's upstairs. Jack Sundberg from Mansfield, Connecticut. Played with the New York Boulders in the Frontier League last season. 1-0 delivery. Once again, upstairs. Originally a 26th rounder back in 2016 with the Nationals was Sundberg. Travieso 2-0 delivery. This one goes at the letters for a called strike. Chilly and windy day here at Peoples Bank Park. As you see on the feed, most Revs in their sweatshirts. Delivery again from Travieso. Another strike, and it's even at 2. So a good bounce back here by the 28-year-old right-hander. Leadoff batter of the ball game. Here's Travieso's 2-2. And it misses down on the slider. Drawing the count full. Travieso features that slider as one of his go-to secondary offerings. First time he's seeing game action this spring. Has thrown in a couple sim games during the Revs week of workouts. And the payoff pitch is in there for a called strike 3. Sundberg thought he had ball 4, but instead he will head back to the dugout. And the first strikeout of the ball game for Nick Travieso. Quite the way to make your first impression in a Revs uniform, and now have a chance to face a guy with some major league experience in the right fielder Braxton Lee. Again, Lee also batting from the left side. The first Travieso delivery is off the plate away. 1-0, no score here in the top of the first inning. Final Revs spring training game. 1-0 delivery. Up and away. So for the second batter in a row, Travieso falls behind 2-0. Just 4 games last year in Southern Maryland for Braxton Lee. And then his contract was purchased by the Cincinnati Reds shortly after. 2-0. This one's in the air, center field. Jeffrey Perez back on it a few steps, will put it away. And 2 up, 2 down. So that's going to bring up the first baseman, Jared Walker, one of the newest signees with Southern Maryland. Played in the American Association last year to end his season, 26 games with Sioux City. Big left-handed hitting first baseman. .295 batting average in that short stint. Former farmhand of the Los Angeles Dodgers. First pitch from Travieso, off the plate away. .1-0 delivery. And that one's also up and away. So 3 straight hitters and 3 straight 2-0 counts. Travieso's been able to bounce back from the first 2. Here he comes to the plate, the 2-0. This one's ripped to right field, and it'll drop in front of Zakrak Hewson. The first hit of the ball game comes from Jared Walker. Now the first right-handed hitter of the ball game. It's the designated hitter today, David Harris. Out of Bradenton, Florida. Travieso working from the stretch for the first time. Winds and deals. And is on the ground to third. Franco eats him up. And it will be an error. Second base runner of the game. So scored an E5 on Franco. Just had trouble with the transfer here on the cold day here at Peoples Bank Park, and Travieso's inning continues. Made a good pitch. This is about all he could have asked for in that situation, but now he'll have to adjust. Runners on first and second, 2 outs, and digging in the third baseman, Alex Crosby. Winds and deals, popped up. Shallow center field, left center. Some communication. Jeffrey Perez coming in, calls off Troy Stokes Jr. and ends the inning. So a little bit of trouble there for Travieso, but he's able to work out of it and hold the Blue Crabs scoreless. Reds will hit when we come back in the bottom of the first inning. No score here on WOIK YouTube. Bottom of the first, no score here in the final game of Rev spring training. First three for the Revs this inning: center fielder Jeffrey Perez, left fielder Troy Stokes Jr., and third baseman Carlos Franco. The first three who will face the right-hander Jose Fuentes. Jeffrey Perez, an arrival late last week for the Revs, figures to slot in as he is today, leading off and playing center field. A switch hitter. And the first delivery from Fuentes misses down and in. Perez was a 2020 Olympian with the Dominican Republic. The 1-0 off the plate away. And another 2-0 count. The 2-0. And Perez up the middle, and it's into center field, a base hit. The first hit of the spring for Perez, and he is on. And now we'll get to see the speed that Perez may be able to provide. A definite threat. 71 stolen bases. That was in High Age Jupiter back in 2015, and follow that up with 39 steals in 2016 in Double-A. Had a taste of the majors as well, as has the guy digging into the box, Troy Stokes Jr., who had quite the debut here last Thursday. He's in the 2-hole today. First delivery from Fuentes is upstairs, ball one. Stokes in his first at-bat, a single, stolen base, and scored a run. And then followed that with a home run to right center field in his final at-bat in the 8th. Perez off of first. Fuentes sets, delivers. And this one will catch the outside corner to even the count up at 1. Stokes is just 26 years old, local kid from Columbia, Maryland. Played his high school baseball at Calvert Hall before he was drafted in the 4th round. 1-1. Took a little off that one, and it's in there at the letters for a called strike 2. Made his debut in the major leagues last year on May 9th. Couple of hits in his short stint with the Pirates. The 1-2 runs inside, and it hits Stokes. It was a late call there. Perez had taken off as the ball got away from the catcher, Ryan Haig, and a second base runner of the inning for York has a chance to strike with the middle of their order. It's the third baseman, Carlos Franco, and he'll be followed by Nelly Rodriguez and Carlos Castro. Still nobody out here in the first inning. Revs will start off their season with a 9-game road trip. Starts in Long Island this weekend, and then the midweek against the Lexington Legends and the Lancaster Barnstormers the weekend after before opening it up at home on May 3rd. First and second, nobody out. Here's Carlos Franco. First pitch, downstairs for a ball. Franco's first at-bat of the spring was an RBI double to left field off the top of the arch nemesis. He has 2 on, nobody out, and a 1-0 count. Upstairs again, 2-0. Fuentes started his career in Venezuela at just 17 years old with the Detroit Tigers organization. He's behind 2-0 to Franco and gets him to swing and miss at a fastball. Came to the States in 2016 after 4 seasons, playing in the complex leagues. Unfortunately, missed 5 seasons with a recurring theme of arm injuries. Back here in 2022, the 2-1 bounces in front of the plate. Good block by Hag. The runners will stay. He's ahead 3-1 to Franco. Carlos back for his 3rd season with York. Up there in a variety of offensive categories near the all-time leaders. Here's the 3-1. That one catches the corner. Franco thought he had ball 4, but draws the count full. Nelly Rodriguez on deck. Payoff pitch on its way to Franco. And he fouls it back to the screen to stay alive. Right-hander Fuentes, 6'1", 195. We'll do it again. 3-2 to Carlos Franco, the third baseman. No score here in the bottom of the first. And here it comes. Downstairs, ball 4 on the breaking ball. A little too much bite, and the bases are loaded. Still nobody away. So a leadoff single by Perez, and then a hit by pitch, and now a walk. Loads the bases for Nelly Rodriguez. Nelly, one of the first returnees announced, and he was a big one last year. 91 games, 25 home runs, which was 3rd all-time in a club single season. His .444 on-base percentage led the way. So he's back for another year, and he has a bases-loaded, no-out chance, and the first pitch from Fuentes misses up and away. Looks in for the sign. Still working from the stretch here. Nobody away. Bases loaded. In there at the letters, a called strike. Fuentes was in the Frontier League last season. Made 18 appearances. The 1-1 to Nelly. Grounded foul. And Nelly's behind 1-2. Chilly day here at People's Bank Park. 39 degrees when the game got underway. And quite windy as well. Winds over 20 miles an hour here. Hence why most of the Rebs are playing in sweatshirts here in the final game of spring. Fuentes sets at the belt and delivers a 1-2 to Nelly, and tried to go for the backdoor breaking ball, runs a little too far inside. Nelly backs off, and the count's even at 2. The winds will persist throughout the afternoon. It was quite windy in Lancaster yesterday as well. 2-2. And Nelly will hit that foul out of play on the first base side to stay alive. But a 4.45 ERA in 32 innings pitched last year in the Frontier League between Southern Illinois and Lake Erie for Fuentes. Another 2-2 to Nelly Rodriguez. Downstairs and draws the count full. So a leadoff single, hit batter, and a walk, and now he's gone full once again to Rodriguez. Here comes the payoff pitch. Upstairs, ball 4. Back-to-back walks. Jeffrey Perez comes around to score. And the Revs strike first, 1-0 here in the first inning. So back-to-back walks, and that'll bring up the catcher, Carlos Castro. Hit over 350 last year with the Revs. He's in the DH role today with Mondesi behind the plate to start things out. And the first pitch breaking ball in there for a strike. Castro likely not swinging there, given back-to-back walks. Now he'll adjust behind 0-1. And another delivery in there, strike 2. So a good bounce back by Fuentes. All 3 runners on base have reached by either a hit by pitch or a walk. But now he bounces back ahead 0-2 against Carlos Castro. With Elmer Reyes on deck. 0-2 to Castro. Try to go for the slider. Castro does not chase. It's 1-0 York here in the bottom of the first inning. We're playing 10 today in the spring finale. Castro awaits a 1-2. Here it comes. And it's in there on the inside corner for a called strike 3. The first of the day for Fuentes. So Castro is down on strikes, the first out of the inning. And that's going to bring up Elmer Reyes, the shortstop. Elmer's been traveled in his time in the Atlantic League. 2015 and 2017 in Long Island. Last year with Charleston, and then York here in 2022. First pitch, off the plate away. Reyes also had a big swing in his first at-bat of the spring back last Thursday. A home run over the Window World sign in left center field. And he's ahead 2-0 as he takes the slider off the plate. You hear our field mic picking up the wind, just to give you an idea of how windy it is here at Peoples Bank Park. Elmer's ahead 2-0. And here comes the pitch. It's on the ground to short. Fielded by Baca. He flips to second for 1. Throw on to first in time. Picked out by Walker. So 6-4-3 Baca Burcham to Walker. And that will end the inning on the double play. Revs score 1 after the first 4 batters of the ballgame reach. Nick Travieso will be back out for his second inning of work when we come back. Here's Spring Training Baseball exclusively on WOIK YouTube. 6, 7, and 8 here for Southern Maryland at the top of the second against Travieso. 1-0 York here in the spring training finale at Peoples Bank Park. Connor Lean, Scotty Bertram, and Ryan Hagg, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters for Southern Maryland. And it starts with the left fielder Lean. Last season played for Tri-City in the Frontier League. The Valley Cats in Troy, New York. Right on right, Travieso deals the first pitch, and it's just a little bit upstairs. Lean started his career with the Atlanta Braves when he was drafted out of high school in 2012. 1-0 from Travieso. Swung on and missed. Evens the count at 1. From Annapolis, Maryland, but played his high school ball at Olympia High School in Orlando, Florida. 1-1 from Travieso. Swung on and missed. Looks like he took something off that one. He's ahead 1-2. One strikeout on the day for Travieso already. That was Jack Sundberg to lead things off. It's ahead 1-2, and here it comes. Tried to get him chased with a slider. They'll peel down to first. Did not go. A 12th round pick in 2012, the same draft where Travieso was selected 14th overall by the Reds. 2-2 delivery. Tried to get him to chase again. Good block by Mondesi in front, and it draws the count full. Both were in the Frontier League last season. And the full count pitch. Bounces in front, ball 4, so a leadoff walk by Connor Lean, and the first base runner of the inning. Travieso today so far has allowed a single and now a walk. And now he faces the 7-hole hitter, Scotty Bertram. Bertram batting from the right side. He's reached as high as AAA in his pro career. First pitch from Travieso. Swung on and fouled back. Bertram played in the Rockies organization up till last season, had reached AAA with their affiliate, the Albuquerque Isotopes. Open stance, 0-1 pitch, half swing, chopped on the ground, first base side, but it'll roll foul. And ahead 0-2. Nelly waited that one out, but eventually died, and it's a foul ball. So we mentioned Jeffrey Perez in center field for the Reps was an Olympian with the DR. Scotty Bertram, an Olympian in 2020 with Team Israel. Travieso sets again and deals. This one's on the ground, right back to Travieso, throws to second for one, Reyes on to first, and it's in time. A 1-6-3 double play. Nick Travieso fielding the position. A great throw to Elmer, and then a good relay throw to get the hustling Bertram. It's a 1-6-3 double play, and now bases empty and 2 away. So Travieso will look to finish his 2 innings of work strong against the right-handed hitting catcher. First pitch. Misses just a bit up. Haig, a 2018 draftee by the Pittsburgh Pirates in the 27th round. Had played collegiately at the University of Arizona. And the 1-0. Off the plate away behind 2-0. First season in the Atlantic League for the catcher Haig. 27-year-old, played 2 years in the American Association with the Chicago Dogs. Pitch from Travieso, in there at the knees, 2-1. From Travieso, off the plate away. Now in danger of walking the catcher. Again, 1-0 York here in the top of the second inning. 42 games last year for Haig in Chicago. He hit .259. He's ahead 3-1, and Travieso's delivery is on the ground to second. One hop to Kenley. He steps and throws in time. And the 4-3 putout ends the inning. So the leadoff walk was erased by the double play and then the ground out. And the day is done for Nick Travieso after 2 strong innings. 2 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. For the right-hander Nick Travieso, he'll be in the Revs rotation this season. And we will be back with the bottom of the second. 1-0 Revs here on WOYK YouTube. Seven, 8, 9 for York here in the bottom of the second against the second inning of work for the right-hander Jose Fuentes. Jack Kenley, Zakrak Hewson, and Paul Mondesi. And then Josue Herrera will hit 10th. The Revs are choosing to hit 10 today. Herrera, the extra hitter. Here's the second baseman, Kenley. He hit the ball well yesterday against Lancaster. Base is empty. First pitch of the inning. Down and into Kenley. Kenley was picked up by York last season after being released quickly by the Tigers organization. 1-0. Swings and misses through that one. It was an 8th round pick in 2019 out of the University of Arkansas. He awaits a 1-1. This one's down and in. Kenley last year a .288 hitter in 96 games with York. Swings and misses through that one. So 2 strikes on Kenley. Here's the delivery. He stays alive, lining that foul into the empty York bullpen. 68 walks for Kenley as well, was second on the team, behind only Nelly Rodriguez, who had 69. And another delivery to Kenley. Weakly on the ground to second, fielded by Bertram. Throw to first in time to get the hustling Kenley, and there's one away. Brings up Zakrak Hewson. First year in York after playing last year in the Frontier League. Had a big hit yesterday, lining a triple into the left center field gap. An RBI triple, and also had a single. First delivery from Fuentes is in there for a strike. Zakrak Hewson with a low crouch stance. 0-1 delivery. Thought about it and holds back as it's down and in. And the count's even at 1. Zakrak Hewson played between Windy City and Lake Erie last season. The 1-1 lined into center field, dropping and making a low catch is the center fielder, Sundberg. Had to cover some ground for that one as it was sinking, but makes the play and quickly to retired. So hard hit ball by Zakrak Hewson, but right at the center fielder, and that brings up Paul Mondesi. Mondesi also had a ball in the gap yesterday that could have been a double, but on the cold day at Clipper Magazine Stadium, lost his footing rounding first base and had to retreat. First pitch swing, fouls it off to the right side. But he provides a lot of value with the defense behind the plate. Threw out a runner on last Thursday's game. This one runs in and almost gets him. But he backs off the plate and evens the count at 1. 23 years old for Mondesi. Played a few seasons, 4 seasons in the Royals organization. The 1-1 swings, popped weakly to the right side and over the Reds dugout out of play. Of course, if you recognize the last name Mondesi, it's a baseball family. His brother Adalberto, currently in the major leagues with Kansas City, and his father was former major leaguer Raul Mondesi, won a couple of Gold Gloves and a Rookie of the Year award in his time. 1-2 to Paul. Again, hits it down the first base line. Running out of room is Walker, and it's into the seats. But Mondesi has a lot of opportunity to provide some value behind the plate, behind Carlos Castro. Could even give the opportunity for Castro to have some days off in DH like he is today. Another delivery to Mondesi up the middle for a base hit. So a 2-out single for Mondesi, his second hit of the spring. And the inning is alive for Josue Herrera. It's been a slow start to the spring for Josue. Still looking for his first hit. Just 25 years old. A lot of opportunity here with the Rebs. Mondesi off of first to face Herrera. From the stretch, the delivery from Fuentes. Tried to backdoor a breaking ball and it misses. Had a flair for the dramatic last year for the Rebs, though. Multiple clutch hits, including a walk-off home run. One 0 to Josue, up and in. So Fuentes has been around the zone, but missing for most of his outing this afternoon. It's 1-0 Revs here in the bottom of the second inning. The final spring training game before heading to Long Island. Here's the delivery, swung on and missed, 2-1. catch that game with Darrell Henry this weekend. Friday evening it all starts as they face the defending North Division champion Long Island Ducks. Sets and delivers. Here's the 2-1. Swung on and missed again by Herrera, 2-2. So they face the North Division champions in the first series and then go on the road to face last year's league champions, the Lexington Legends, right after. 9 straight games on the road to begin the year for York. 2-2 on its way to Josue Herrera. Up and in, and once again a full count. There's been a plethora of 3-ball counts for the Revs so far in this ball game. Only 1 run across the board, however. Payoff pitch. Mondesi should be going on the pitch. And it's on the ground to second. Fielding it is Burcham. Throw to first in time to get Herrera. It's a 4-3 ground out, and the inning is over. So the Revs get a base runner on the 2-out single by Paul Mondesi, but he's stranded. We go to the top of the third. Jorge Martinez expected to pitch for York, and we'll have it for you right after this on WOIK YouTube. Jorge Martinez is the new pitcher on the hill for the Revs after 2 strong innings by Travieso. 2 innings, 1 hit, no earned runs. 1 walk, 1 strikeout for the former first-round draft pick. And now he gives way to Jorge Martinez, who's going to appear in his 2nd outing of the spring. Pitched 2 scoreless innings last Thursday, getting the start against the Barnstormers. Had 3 strikeouts in that span, and he'll have 9-1-2. Baca, Sundberg, and Braxton Lee here in the top of the 3rd, with York leading it 1-0. They're on a chilly and windy day at Peoples Bank Park. Michael Baca, his 2nd season with the Blue Crabs, the everyday shortstop. First delivery from Martinez, in there for a called strike. His 3rd different team in the Atlantic League for Michael Baca. 0-1 delivery. Swung on and missed. A good fastball by Jorge, quickly ahead 0-2. Just 29 years old. At age 24 in 2017, he was with the New Britain Bees, and then with High Point in 2019. 0-2 for Martinez. Check swing. Check down to first. No go, says the first base umpire. Pitch was a little bit outside. And it's 1-2 to Martinez. Played collegiately at a few different schools. Started at Cisco College in Cisco, Texas. 1-2 from Martinez. Half swing. He went around, and it's strike three. The first strikeout of the game for Jorge Martinez. And Baca set down. Back to the top of the order now in Jack Sundberg. Just 2 1/3 innings now in the spring for Jorge Martinez. That's his 4th strikeout. Left-handed hitting Sundberg was a strikeout victim against Travieso to lead off the ball game. As we go back around the top of the order. First pitch, right there for a called strike, 0-1. Sundberg played collegiately at UConn and was a 26th round pick back in 2016 by the Nationals. 0-1 from Martinez. This one bounces, tried to go with that slider, good block by Mondesi. Last year, Sundberg hit .294 with the New York Boulders in the Frontier League, but drew 69 walks to the tune of a .405 on base. 1-1 delivery, just a bit up and out. So Martinez behind the count for the first time today. 2-1 to the left-handed hitting center fielder. Here at the top of the order for the Blue Crabs. Here's the 2-1. Swinging and fouling it back to even the count at 2. Martinez, on the other hand, this is his 3rd stint in York. A well-traveled professional career that started all the way back at age 18. He'll turn 37 in May, and he delivers the 2-2. On the ground to second. Kenley will field to his left, throws to first in time. We get the hustling Sundberg, and 2 down. So quick 2 outs for Jorge Martinez, and now the 2-hitter Braxton Lee. A major leaguer with the Miami Marlins back in 2018 was Lee. And shows the kind of pedigree he had, hence why he was picked up just 4 games into the season. Stands tall from the left side, awaits the first pitch from Martinez, backdoor breaking ball for a strike. Stands at 5'10", does Lee. Martinez working quickly. Here's the 0-1. Gets him to swing and miss at a high fastball. Lee was a 12th round draftee back in 2014 by Tampa Bay. Played collegiately at Ole Miss. 0-2. Tried to get him upstairs and a little too high. 1-2 from Martinez. Lee made his major league debut to start the season with Miami on March 30th, 2018. 1-2 from Jorge Martinez. In the air, shallow left field. Troy Stokes Jr. coming on in the wind and makes the play to end the inning. So 3 up, 3 down here in the 3rd for Jorge Martinez. Revs clinging to a 1-0 lead in the spring training finale. We'll be right back on WOYK YouTube. So the third inning of work for the starter, Jose Fuentes. He'll face the top of the Revs order, Jeffrey Perez, Troy Stokes Jr., and Carlos Franco, all of whom reached against him back in the first inning. First pitch from Perez, runs inside, and it gets him. So Perez is on for the second time today. Now that's 3 straight plate appearances for him in the spring. The second batter hit by Fuentes in this game, as he hit the man in the box now as well, Troy Stokes Jr. First pitch, down and away. Perez getting a sizable lead over there at first base. We know he has the speed to steal. The 1-0 to Troy Stokes Jr. Goes up and in, 2-0. Perez off of first. Fuentes looks over, now delivers. And he falls behind 3-0 to Stokes. To Troy Stokes Jr. delivery and fouls it back to the screen. Had the green light there, put a good swing on, and fouled it straight back. So Stokes, no official at-bat today, but has reached base on the hit by pitch. Perez off of first, and now the 3-1 on its way from Fuentes. Upstairs, ball 4. Another free pass surrendered by Fuentes. Two hit batters and now 3 walks for the right-hander. And same situation as the first inning. Runners on first and second, nobody out for Carlos Franco. Revs ahead 1-0 here on the bottom of the third inning, spring training finale. And the first pitch from Carlos Franco is driven out to right center field. Looking up, no doubt about it, onto the lawn. A 3-run shot for Carlos Franco. A 3-run shot, and it was a no-doubter. Braxton Lee turned his head and just decided to watch it fly. The second extra base hit on the spring for Franco. And he makes noise in a big way, clearing the bases, and now it's 4-0 Revs. So Nelly was up with no outs and the bases loaded back in the first inning, and now he has bases empty against the right-hander. Still nobody out. First pitch is downstairs. And Nelly on the ground to second base, fielded by Bertram. Throw to first in time to get Rodriguez. And after 2 free passes and a long ball, Fuentes gets his first out of the inning. That's going to ring up Carlos Castro. Carlos struck out looking his first time up, the lone strikeout of the day for Fuentes, and the first pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. Oh, 0-1 delivery. Thought about it, but holds back, and it's inside. One, down and away, 2-1 to Castro. Castro getting the DH duties today after catching the last couple of ball games. 2-1, also down and away, 3-1. So in danger of walking his fourth batter of the game is Fuentes. There is some action in the Southern Maryland bullpen. We'll see if Fuentes can get out of this inning. Here's a 3-1 to Castro, and it's downstairs. Ball 4, they'll appeal. He did not go, so Franco's on with a walk. That's going to bring up Elmer Reyes with 1 out. Elmer grounded into a double play to end the first inning. Castro off of first. First pitch to Elmer. Swings at it and chops it foul. Behind the plate. Four 0 Revs now in the bottom of the third after the long home run by Carlos Franco. Pitch to Elmer. Breaking ball, and Elmer's out in front of it. Elmer Reyes was actually teammates with Carlos Franco back when they were both in the Atlanta Braves system. Here's the pitch to Reyes on the ground, right to the first baseman. Throw to second, and it's going to get past Baca, and Castro's going to head to third base. Great awareness by Carlos Franco as the defense got a little lackadaisical there. Walker fielded the grounder, stepped on the base, and then threw over to try to get Franco, and the ball just was off the glove and bounced away from Michael Baca. And look at the catcher, Carlos Castro, making his way first to third on a ground ball. So he's on third base for Jack Kenley. Now 2 away. And it's in there at the knees, a called strike to Kenley. First time up, Jack grounded out to second base. Delivery, Kenley out in front, fouls it back into the dugout. So he's behind 0-2, 2 away in the bottom of the third. Fuentes winds and deals, and it's going to get to the backstop. Carlos Castro is about halfway down the line, but decides to retreat. So that ball just got away from the catcher, Haig. High fastball off the glove and to the backstop. If Kenley can extend the inning, it's Zakrak Hewson on deck. Runner on third in a 4-0 ball game. 1-2 to Jack Kenley on its way. And he fouls it back behind the plate to stay alive. So far this inning, a hit by pitch on Jeffrey Perez, followed by a walk to Troy Stokes Jr., a home run by Carlos Franco. More after this Pitch to Jack Kenley. And he fouls it back to the screen again to stay alive. So after the home run, a ground out to second base by Nelly, a walk by Carlos Castro, and a 3 unassisted for Elmer Reyes, in which Carlos Castro went from first to third. So 4-0 Revs, 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning. 1-2 to Kenley. And once again fouls it back to the screen. Kenley is a tough out. One of the better on-base presences for the Revs last year, and with Jeffrey Perez and Troy Stokes at the top of the order, having Kenley near the bottom just adds so much balance to this lineup. Here's another 1-2. Down and away, skips in front of Hag. Castro will stay at third base. Count even at 2. Kenley initially from Germantown, Tennessee. 24 years old. Awaits a 2-2. And once again fouls it back to the screen. So Kenley is not going to let Fuentes out easy here in the third inning. "38 extra base hits last year in his time with the Revs, in addition to his 68 walks. Here's another 2-2 in the dirt, skips away from the catcher. Once again, Castro will hold at third. And Kenley has worked the count all the way back full. First base open here with 2 away. Zakrak Hewson on deck. Should the inning continue. Payoff pitch to Kenley. Downstairs, ball 4. So Kenley, after being down 2 strikes, works a 2-out walk. The 5th walk of the day for Fuentes and the 7th free pass overall. And that looks like it will be the end of his day. Stan Kleinberg out to get the ball. And we'll have a new pitcher for Southern Maryland when we come back. It's 4-0 York, runners on the corners and 2 away. Spring training finale here on WOYK YouTube. New pitcher for Southern Maryland is the right-hander Pedro Echemedina. He inherits a runners on the corner, 2-out situation against Zakrak Hewson. 6'2" reliever. Pitched in the American Association last season and has reached as high as AAA in his professional career. Finds a tough situation here. First pitch to Zakrak Hewson. Swung on and popped up. Right side of the infield. Calling is the second baseman. Bertram will put it away. And one pitch from Pedro Echemadina escapes the jam. And 3 runs score in the inning on the long ball by Carlos Franco. And it's 4-0 York. We'll be back with the top of the 4th inning, the second inning of work for Jorge Martinez on WOYK YouTube. Power part of the order here for Southern Maryland, 3-4-5 against Jorge Martinez in his second inning of work. Top of the 4th now, and it's 4-0 Revs after last inning's 3-run shot by Carlos Franco. Walker, Harris, and Crosby here in the 4th inning. Jeffrey Perez was the center fielder, shaded just a tad towards right center against the left-handed hitting Walker. First pitch from Martinez, called strike. Jorge Martinez last inning struck out Baca and then a ground out and fly out. He'll be tested here with the 3-4-5 hitters. Delivery. Slider down and in, evens the count at 1. Martinez, we mentioned, he'll turn 37 in May. Started his career all the way back at age 18 in 2004. Delivery. Driven out to right field by Walker. Zakrak Hewson will settle under it and make the play. So the ball looked like it had something off the bat, but the wind knocked it down. And 1 out here in the inning for Jorge Martinez. So going up David Harris, who reached on an error by Franco back in the 1st inning. First pitch from Jorge Martinez on the inside corner, called strike. For Martinez, the first 8 years of his career were playing in the Caribbean National Series as he delivers inside here, 1-1. The Cuban National Series, excuse me, for 8 seasons. 1-1 from Martinez. Swung on and missed. Took something off that one, and Harris was right over top of it. Made his debut in the States in 2014 here in New York. Started 24 ball games. Then he was back for 7 starts in 2016. Another delivery, swung on and missed. The second strikeout of the afternoon for Jorge Martinez, and quickly 2 away here in the 4th. Duke von Schaman will be the next arm to throw for York. He'll have the 5th and the 6th innings. But for now, Jorge Martinez faces the 5-hole hitter, third baseman Alex Crosby, batting from the left side. Flew out to center field his first time up to end the first inning. Martinez delivers the first pitch and gets it on the inside corner. .321 ERA for Martinez back in 2014 with the Revs. Back into the rotation here in 2022. 0-1 on the ground, chopped to second. Kenley on a 1-hop, throws to first in time, and it's 6 up, 6 down for Jorge Martinez in his final outing of the spring. That brings it up to 4 scoreless innings on the spring for Jorge Martinez, at 5 strikeouts to the ledger, and he is set to go for the regular season. Revs will come to bat in the bottom of the 4th when we come back, holding a 4-0 lead on WOIK YouTube. So after finishing out the 3rd inning on just 1 pitch, Pedro Echemedina is out for his first full inning of work, and he'll face the 9-10-1, starting with Paul Mondesi. Mondesi reached on a single back in the 2nd inning. And the delivery, breaking ball, misses down. Mondesi competing for a backup catcher role. 1-0 delivery. Out in front, grounds it to short, fielded by Baca, throws to first in time to get Mondesi, and there's 1 away. So 2 quick outs so far for Echemedina in his outing. We'll face Josue Herrera here, the 10-hole hitter who grounded out to second base in his first at-bat. First delivery to Josue, swung on and missed. Went upstairs with the fastball, and Herrera swung through it. Second baseman Bertram playing about a step onto the outfield grass against the left-handed swing Herrera, who fouls this one back behind 0-2. Back to the top of the order after this, and Jeffrey Perez. O2 delivery. Chopped foul. Josue Herrera stays alive. O2 again to Josue Herrera, pops it up and fouls it back. He'll stay alive. Another 0-2 to Herrera. Breaking ball, stays outside a little bit, and it's 1-2. Medina spent 2 years in AAA with the Memphis Redbirds in 16 and 17. He delivers 1-2 to Herrera, breaking ball, and Herrera gets a piece to stay alive. Making his second appearance in the Atlantic League. Pitched in 2019 with Lancaster. 32 appearances for the Barnstormers. 2.57 ERA in that time with 31 strikeouts. So looking to be one of the top relief arms in the league this year. He delivers inside to Herrera, and it's 2-2. Of course, when you add him to a bullpen that's already anchored by Matt Latos in the closer role, it's quite the combination that can hold things down for Southern Maryland. 2-2 to Josue Herrera, who chops it foul to stay alive. Medina, a Cuban native from Ciego de Avila. And like the Revs pitcher the last couple of innings, Jorge Martinez got his start in the Cuban National Series before being signed by the St. Louis Cardinals organization in 2015. Still battling Josue Herrera. Another 2-2 downstairs draws the count full. So Josue Herrera is still looking for his first hit this spring, but has worked multiple good at-bats like this. Drawing the count full. And here's the payoff. Inside ball 4. Josue Herrera works his way back in the count and gets the one-out walk. And this is the spring training finale exclusively here on WOYK YouTube. 4-0 Revs in the bottom of the 4th inning. Will be playing 10 innings today just so everyone can get their last innings of work here before the season kicks off this weekend. Back to the top of the order, and Jeffrey Perez takes upstairs. Perez has reached base twice today. A leadoff single, and then it was hit by a pitch back in the 3rd inning. Scored both times around, and he was a late arrival, just got here this weekend. He's a guy that Mark Mason has envisioned all offseason for the leadoff spot. 1-0 delivery. Lines this one into left center field, and it's going to hang up for the left fielder, Connor Lean. So Josue Herrera will retreat. A hard hit ball to the opposite field by Perez, but now there's 2 away. Two-hole hitter Troy Stokes Jr. has also reached in both of his plate appearances, hit by a pitch in the 1st and then walked back in the 3rd. Came around to score on the 3-run shot by Franco, who's on deck if this inning can continue. First pitch down and away. Troy Stokes Jr. has made quite the impression in camp with his unique combination of power and speed. He's hitting the 2-hole in all 3 games, so that likely is where Mark Mason envisions him to start the year, at least in the lineup. Swings through that one, a breaking ball, and it's even at 1. Playing left field today after playing in right field his first 2 games. Here's the 1-1, and once again takes something off that, and Stokes swings through it, got a piece actually, and fouled it back into the mitt. But he's getting his taste of the arch nemesis today for the first time, and who knows, that left field spot, at least to start the year, may be open, as Melky Mesa has not made its way to York quite yet. Here's the 1-2 for Stokes, and he swings through a curveball off the plate, and he is retired. A strikeout to end the inning for Pedro Echemedina. Revs get a base runner on the 1-out walk to Josue Herrera, but that's all they'll get. Duke von Schaman in for the 5th inning. 4-0 Revs here on WOYK YouTube.
Baseball hops. Listen, he's younger than me. He can do all this running around.
Second outing of the spring for the right-hander Duke von Schaman. Pitched last Thursday against Lancaster. Gave up a double and a hit by pitch, but no score. He pitched the 4th inning. In that game, he'll pitch the 5th and the 6th today. And he starts against the left fielder Connor Lean. Scotty Burcham and Ryan Hag to follow. First delivery from von Schaman on the ground, third base line, and called foul by our home plate umpire. I don't have the best vantage point in the ballpark, but it definitely looked to me like it may have snuck in there. Nonetheless, the call was made. Everyone sharing a laugh, but for what it's worth, it's just a loud strike number 1. 30-year-old Duke von Schaman delivers. Off the plate away, evens the count at 1. 6'4" out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. His third season with York. He delivers a 1-1. Takes something off that one and lean swings right through it. It's 1-2. It's been a tale of two seasons so far for Duke. 10-7 with a 3.51 ERA in 2019. But struggled last season, as did most of the league. The 1-2 down and away. Last year, 5-9, a 6.14 ERA. Still a decent strikeout to walk ratio of 61 strikeouts to 38 walks. Here's a 2-2 and swung on and missed. So Duke von Schaman gets his first strikeout in the first batter he faces. Lean is down, and there's one away. Last year, of course, between the lack of a true offseason, the robot umpires, and the mound being moved back for the second half of the season, it really threw most of the pitching numbers in the league out of whack. Scotty Burcham swinging and missing at a first-pitch breaking ball. Burcham grounded into a double play after a leadoff walk to Connor Lean his first time up. Duke von Schaman delivers inside. Highlight of the season last year for von Schaman, July 21st against Charleston. Came 2 outs shy of a complete game, 8 1/3 innings, 10 strikeouts. He delivers here, and it misses just below the knees. But looking back to 2019, a 93 strikeout to just 16 walk ratio. Delivers here and catches the corner. One and two to Scotty Burcham. Von Schaman throwing to Paul Mondesi. Sets and delivers. And Burcham fouls it back behind the first base dugout to stay alive. 16 walks in 128 1/3 innings for Duke in 2019. It's good for a 1.1 walks per 9, which happens to be a Revolution Club record. Hard to find a better ratio than that anywhere in professional baseball. Delivers again with a 1-2, and once again, Burcham stays alive, this time fouling it down the third base line. Carlos Franco went back into the Blue Crabs dugout essentially to get it. Outfield straightaway here against the right-handed hitting second baseman Scotty Burcham. Another 1-2 from von Schaman, and Burcham fouls it back to the screen. Von Schaman's been an indie ball since 2016. In 16, he played with the Winnipeg Goldeyes of the American Association. In 17 and 18, the Joliet Slammers of the Frontier League, before finding his way to York in 2019. We'll do it again, 1-2, and take something off of that, and Burcham swings through it. Back-to-back strikeouts for Duke von Schaman to lead off the fifth inning. There's 2 down. Von Schaman, a 15th round selection in the 2012 Major League Baseball draft by the LA Dodgers. Despite being a big-time Oklahoma fan, pitched collegiately at Texas Tech, rival Big 12 school. First pitch in there for a called strike to Ryan Hagg, who grounded out to second base his first time up. Was a draft-eligible sophomore with the Red Raiders. 2.08 ERA over 12 starts led to his draft status. Hagg fouls this one back to the screen, quickly 0-2. 12 starts, another good strikeout to walk ratio. Again, with 60 strikeouts and just 12 walks. He delivers here and swung on and missed. Mondesi will throw down to first. Kenley will step on the bag, and that ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down. Duke von Schalen strikes out the side in order. And we will be right back. It's 4-0 Reds. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning on WOYK YouTube. Final spring training game for both of these teams. Bottom of the 5th inning, and the Revs currently on top 4-0 over the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. And still out there on the mound, the second arm of the day, Pedro Echemedina. Got his first strikeout of the day to end last inning, getting Troy Stokes Jr. swing. And he faces Carlos Franco, first pitch, on the outside corner for a called strike. Franco's had quite the day so far. Walk back in the first inning, and then a 3-run blast onto the lawn, excuse me. I think I tried to say yard and lawn at the same time there. May have just created a new word, who knows? Next pitch to Franco. Off the plate away, evens the count at 1. Franco in his 3rd season. Here in York. At the hot corner today. Takes that one on the corner for a called strike. So 2 strikes to Carlos Franco. Echemedina into the wind and the delivery. Swung on and missed. Franco took a big hack at that and swung right through it. Second strikeout of the afternoon for the reliever. And that'll bring up Nelly Rodriguez. Back-to-back strikeouts to boot. Base is empty, 1 away in the bottom of the 5th for last year's team MVP. Nelly Rodriguez, .316 hitter, 25 long balls. First pitch, takes it inside. And those big power numbers shouldn't really come to anyone's surprise for Nelly. 1-0 delivery. On the ground, through the left side for a base hit. In between the third baseman and the shortstop, Nelly's aboard with a 1-out single. And the Revs are in business with 1 away in the bottom of the 5th. Last touch on Rodriguez there to finish that thought. The power numbers shouldn't come as a surprise to anybody. Back in 2015 with the Lynchburg Hillcats in the Cleveland organization, 17 home runs and 32 doubles. York was able to finally get a taste of that in 2021, and it led to a team MVP and an all-league selection. He's on first base with one away, and the batter is Carlos Castro. Getting the DH duties today. First pitch, misses down. Franco struck out looking and then walked back in the third inning. Ended up reaching third on that fielder's choice. It's ahead 1-0. Chops this one third base side, but foul. Another arm is loosening up for the Blue Crabs in their bullpen. Bottom of the fifth inning is 4-0 York. Sets at the belt and delivers. In there at the knees, a called strike to Castro. It's 1-2. The Blue Crabs will actually start their season on Thursday. York and Long Island, the only teams in the league not starting on Thursday. They'll start on Friday, as we've mentioned. 1-2 delivery to Castro. Half swing, helps back, and pitch misses off the plate. York, of course, could really not have asked for a tougher start to their season, having to go to Long Island and Lexington in the first two series. 2-2 to Castro, swung on and missed. A good bounce back pitch, first base occupied, so Castro will head back to the dugout. Visibly frustrated there, and there's two away. 3 strikeouts now for Echemedina. 3 of the last 4 hitters. Elmer Reyes digs in. Echemedina looks over and delivers the first pitch. High pop up. Shallow left field. Shortstop calling, and putting it away is Michael Baca to end the inning. So we'll talk about the schedule for the beginning of the season around the Atlantic League when we come back. Duke Von Schammel will be out for his second inning of work. It's 4-0 York in the spring training finale on WOYK YouTube. Second inning of work for Duke von Schaman. He'll get the top of the sixth here with York ahead 4-0 in the spring training finale, exclusively here on WOYK YouTube. Von Schaman will face 9-1-2, Baca, Sundberg, and Braxton Lee. Finishing that thought about opening the season, we mentioned as the ball comes in from the Southern Maryland bullpen to delay the start of this inning a bit. York and Long Island, the only teams opening with a 3-game series on Friday. The rest of the league will be opening up on Thursday. Southern Maryland will hit the road to take on Lexington. The Legends in their first series, as the first pitch from Von Schaman is swung on and missed. The league champs, Lexington Legends, last year will host the second half champs of the North Division to start things off. Von Schaman delivers. Broken bat on the ground. Elmer Reyes backhand, long throw, leaping, and not in time to get the hustling Michael Baca. A great effort by Elmer Reyes, but it was going to be a tough play nonetheless. But the bat splinters, and Baca's able to reach. Infield single, and that'll be back to the top of the order, and Jack Sundberg go for 2. Other opening series, Lancaster will head to Gastonia, take on the Honey Hunters. They'll be making a North Carolina trip to start their season. Gastonia over the weekend and High Point in the midweek. First pitch from Von Schaman is a strike to Sundberg. The new team, the Staten Island Ferry Hawks, will make their season opener against Charleston. And then the Wild Health Genomes will be on the road against the High Point Rockers. Throw over, nothing doing. Staten Island with a road slate the first week. They'll head to Southern Maryland after their opening series for the midweek. That one's over for a strike. Then head to Gastonia, and they'll finally have their home opener on the same day as the Revs, May 3rd. Talking about the Ferry Hawks here, as they'll host Lexington. Duke's delivery is in the dirt. Good block by Mondesi. But as we've said multiple times, a 9-game road trip for the Revs to start things out. They'll have this weekend in Long Island, the midweek in Lexington, and then the first time I will join Darrell Henry next weekend, 3-game slate against Lancaster. Another delivery. This one misses upstairs. Duke thought he had him at the letters there. Duke von Schaman sets and delivers to Sundberg, who stays alive, fouling it back. Very defensive swing there. Braxton Lee will follow. Michael Baca's on first. He reached on a leadoff single. We're in the top of the 6th, 4-0 Revs. And Duke's delivery, once again, fouled off to the left side, out of play. Into the left field seats. Duke struck out the side in his first inning back in the 5th. Today, you're likely seeing the final 3 to round out the York rotation. Another delivery from Duke on the ground to second. Kenley will flip to second for 1, throw into first in time. A 4-6-3 double play. Kenley to Reyes to Rodriguez, and the leadoff single is quickly erased. You're likely seeing the rounding out of the Revs rotation today with Travieso, Von Schaman, and Jorge Martinez. Order TBA for that, but the weekend series looks like it's lining up to be Alex Sanabia making his second consecutive opening day start on Friday. First pitch from Von Schaman off the plate to Braxton Lee. Be followed by Austin Nicely, who threw 2 strong innings in Lancaster yesterday, and then one of these 3 guys we've seen already today. Von Schaman delivers, Lee on the ground to third, Franco will field, throw on to first in time, and Duke Von Schaman faces the minimum through his 2 innings of work. So the Rev starters through 6 innings have held Southern Maryland scoreless. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning, new arm coming in for Southern Maryland. We'll have that and more when we come back on WOYK YouTube.
Yeah, I got the best job in the world, right?
The Blue Crabs arm from the Prospect Dugout Showcase in Florida will get his opportunity. That's the left-hander Dario Polanco, the new pitcher for Southern Maryland. He faces Jack Kenley to lead off the bottom of the 6th inning. First pitch, Kenley grounds it down the first base side, foul. Kenley, Hewson, and Mondesi here in the bottom of the 6th. 4-0 York leads it. 0-1 to Kenley, down and away. Last at bat for Jack Kenley. He worked his way back from 2 strikes to a walk. The 1-1 from Polanco. Swung on and missed. Good block by the catcher. Last year made stops in the Atlantic League and Frontier League, did Polanco. Pitch to Kenley. Misses upstairs, draws the count to 2-2. Ten appearances for Gastonia last year for Polanco. Then headed to the Frontier League with Tri-City and Gateway. Kenley swings at this one, high in the air. On the infield, Baca calling, backpedaling, and somehow stays with it. As he backpedals into the outfield for the first out. Tough play with the win, but credit Baca for staying with it. So Kenley's 0 for 2. And now that'll bring us Zakrak Hewson to the plate. Lefty on righty matchup. First pitch. Inside. 2 hits for Rack Hewson, as we said, in the ball game yesterday, including a triple into the left center field gap. Played left field the first couple of days and right field today. 1-0. Half swing, called strike anyway, says our home plate umpire. "16 games collectively in Pro Ball last year for Polanco. 1-1. Chopped to short. Charging his Baca. Steps and throws on to first in time to get the hustling Rack Hewson, and there's quickly 2 away. Good defensive innings so far by Michael Baca. So Dario Polanco played his collegiate ball in the Great Midwest Athletic Conference with Alderson Broadus. And then afterwards took 4 years off of baseball before returning in 2020. Faces ball Mondesi here, whose first swing is a foul ball off to the right side. So Mondesi continuing to get the at-bats today. Single and a ground out so far. 0-1 from the lefty Polanco. And once again, fouled on the right side. But 4 years off of baseball, in all years to return to professional baseball, ironically, it was 2020. He was 26 years old in the All-American Baseball Challenge, one of the makeshift leagues in 2020. Mondesi fouls this one back to the screen. Makes it another 0-2 count. But of all years to return, it is ironically 2020, 8 innings of 5.63 ERA. Another 0-2 from Polanco. And Mondesi's swing and a miss. So a good inning by the showcase arm, Dario Polanco, as he looks to fight his way into the Blue Crabs rotation. A solid day of work. And Joe Henry Herrera, the new pitcher for York, when we come back. 7th inning underway here in the spring training finale. It's 4-0 York on WOIK YouTube. New battery combination for York here in the 7th inning. Lenin Rodriguez goes behind the plate. So it looks like the day is done, at least defensively, for Paul Mondesi. And Joe Henry Herrera, the 5'9" right-hander, will handle the pitching here in the 7th for the Revs. Couple of relief outings, 1 inning apiece for the rest of the guys. Herrera will pitch the 7th, and then a newcomer, Carlos Del Rosario, in the 8th. Matt Meyer in the 9th, and then Robertson Parra in the 10th here in the final tune-up of spring training. Jared Walker, the first baseman, to lead it off against Joe Henry Herrera here in the 7th. And the first one is on the inside corner. Half-hearted effort there from Walker. Herrera was basically out of necessity a starter for York last year, but Mark Mason wants him in the bullpen. 0-1 delivery is down and out. Count even at 1. Fastball slider combination for the right-hander. And that will likely play better in a bullpen role than a starter's role, as a 1-1 is fouled out of play to the left side. Walker, Harris, and Crosby, 3-4-5 against Joe Henry Herrera. One, two. Inside corner, got him. Joe Henry Herrera with a strikeout on the fastball. Sets down Jared Walker, and there's one away. Brings in David Harris, 0 for 2 in the ball game. And he swings at the first pitch he sees, drives it out to center field. Perez backtracking at the wall, and it's off the wall. Harris is going to make the turn and head for second. He's in standing up, a 1-out double over the head of the center fielder, Perez. So a runner in scoring position as Southern Maryland looks to get on the board for the first time today. David Harris reaches base for the second time today, his first hit, a 1-out double. Brings in the left-handed hitting third baseman, Alex Crosby, also 0 for 2. Flew out to center field his first time up and then grounded out back in the 4th. As rain starts to fall here a little bit at Peoples Bank Park. From the stretch, Herrera delivers. First pitch, chopped on the ground, first base side. Now he flips to Herrera covering in time. A PFP's dream. And the runner in the process moves up to third base, but 2 away. Good play by Nelly. It was a long toss, but Herrera was able to corral it in. Now he's got 2 down against Connor Lean. First pitch from Herrera. Off the plate away. Skips away from Rodriguez, but he recovers. Lean walked in the 2nd and then struck out back in the 5th. He was the first to face Duke von Schaman. Now he's back around in the 7th against Herrera. 1-0, upstairs. If there is any rain, it looks to just be passing ever so slightly, but it's the last thing you want on a day that's already cold and windy. 2-0 from Herrera, chopped foul down the third base line. Another arm getting loose in the Southern Maryland bullpen, but nothing urgent, so perhaps we will see Dario Polanco again in the bottom of the 7th. First run of the ball game for Southern Maryland, just 90 feet away with 2 down. Connor Lean, the batter. Pitch from Herrera misses down. Runner on third is David Harris with 2 away. Herrera sets at the belt, looks and delivers. That one's at the letters for a called strike. Lean thought he had ball 4. Started taking a few steps towards first base, but he'll have to pick up the bat and hit again. Full count delivery. Runner on third, 2 away. Herrera to Connor Lean. Gets his sign. And delivers the payoff. Half swing. Called strike 3. For the second straight pitch, Lean thought he had ball 4, made his way to first base, and the home plate umpire rings him up. So 2 strikeouts on the inning for Joe Henry Herrera. We go to the bottom of the 7th as the hypothetical crowd at Peoples Bank Park will get up to stretch. We'll be right back. 4-0 Revs on WOIK YouTube. A strong first inning of work for Dario Polanco, and he's back out for his second inning, and he'll face 10-1-2 for York. Josue Herrera, Jeffrey Perez, and Troy Stokes Jr. Bottom of the 7th inning, we'll play 10 here today in the spring finale between York and Southern Maryland. 4-0 York. Sets and delivers. First pitch. Off speed, and Herrera's out in front. Defense straight away. Left on left matchup here. Polanco's 0-1. Fouled back over the head here in the press box, and it's 0-2. We'll see what Josue Herrera is able to do. He's behind 0-2. Polanco's set to the belt, winds and delivers. Tried to go for the breaking ball and misses down and away. Another 1-2 on its way. Another breaking ball off the plate. So Herrera's had a couple of these at-bats this spring where he gets himself down in the count early and works his way back. from 0-2 to 2-2 so far. Counts even, and the delivery from Polanco, up and in. Herrera backs out of the way, and he draws the count full. So 0-2 to a full count. The good at-bats continue this spring for Josue Herrera. Full count. Polanco sets and delivers and gets Josue to swing through that one. So he's down on strikes. And now I believe we're going to have a pinch hitter. Looks to be the outfielder Joey Skove. Played last season in the Empire League. First pitch, downstairs. Skove did not play the field yesterday. He's been bothered with an arm injury, but here in as a pinch hitter. Takes upstairs 2-0. Skove's ahead, now waits, and that one's down. So 3-0 to Skove straight off the bench.
I can't see him.
3-0 to Skove, taking all the way. Called strike. And once again, Skove takes off. But he will head back and get ready to hit. Still ahead in the count. 3-1 to Joey Skove is in there on the outside corner. Called strike 2. So from 3-0 to 3-2, Polanco working his way back in the count this time. Payoff pitch. Ball 4. So Skove gets up 3-2 and still manages the walk. On base, straight off the bench. And one out, runner on first in the top of the 7th inning. And don't let the 6'5" frame of Joey Skove fool you. He can really move. A 60-yard dash clocked in the 6'3" range when he was in the Empire League last year. First pitch from Polanco to Troy Stokes Jr. is down the third base line, fair ball, and it's going to get into the left field corner. Joey Skove will round third and head for home. He's in to score, and Stokes is into second base with a stand-up double as the ball is cut off. An RBI double by Troy Stokes Jr. His hot spring continues, and the Revs extend the lead. It's now 5-0. It continues to be a heck of a spring for Troy Stokes Jr. as he looks to be settling into York very well. He's on second base with one away. And Carlos Franco has a chance to do damage for the second time today. Lefty on lefty here. First pitch to Franco, breaking ball off the plate. In the first game between Lancaster and York, Franco scored Stokes from second base on an RBI double the other way off the top of the arch nemesis. 1-0. In there for a called strike. Speaking of the arch nemesis, if you're a minor league baseball fan, you must follow MILB promos on Twitter, and if for no other reason, to see that the Revs have been featured for one of their giveaways. 1-1 to Franco. Inside. So if you were at FanFest, you saw this announcement, but the first 1,000 fans at the home opener on May 3rd will receive an actual piece of the former arch nemesis. The 2-1 to Franco. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Franco swinging out of his shoes there and swings through it. But quite the giveaway is it's a piece of People's Bank Park history. New wall was put up this year as part of the steady ballpark renovations. That was one of the new additions this season. 2-2 to Franco. Chases the high fastball. Strike 3. Second strikeout of the inning for Dario Polanco. So if you have still not had plans to come to the home opener on May 3rd, if that changes your mind, I sure hope it does. Take home a little piece of Revs history. As we kick off the 15th season of York Revolution baseball. And as you're seeing, it's quite a good team to come into the season with. First pitch to Nelly Rodriguez off the plate away. Nelly got his first hit of the ball game back in the 5th inning. An RBI single in the left field and has a chance to knock in another run with Troy Stokes Jr. standing at second base with 2 away. It's already 5-0 York. Polanco to Rodriguez delivery, breaking ball, backdoors it, and gets the strike. May 3rd against the Gastonia Honey Hunters. Rebs will have a 6-game homestand to open things up against both the North Carolina teams, Gastonia and then High Point. Delivery from Polanco. And it's inside to Rodriguez, 2-1. High Point not too far from my most recent residence in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Nelly ahead 2-1 with Troy Stokes Jr. off of second and 2 away in the bottom of the 7th. Polanco delivers. Nelly swings, fly ball, right field, chasing over Lee. He's all the way to the warning track, backpedaling and makes the catch up against the wall. So a long third out by Nelly Rodriguez, but the Revs extend the lead on a Troy Stokes Jr. RBI double. We come back. Carlos Del Rosario makes his debut with York in the final game of spring training here on WOYK YouTube. Top of the 8th inning, 5-0 York, and the new pitcher is the tall right-hander Carlos Del Rosario. He'll face Scotty Burcham, and his first pitch is down for ball 1. A big fastball on the arm of Carlos Del Rosario. Pitched in the Orioles organization before making his way here to the Revs for 2022. Brought in as basically a tryout this week as the second one's up and away. Joey Skove, who pinch hit for Jeffrey Perez, will stay in the game in center field. Carlos Rivero, new at short. This one misses upstairs. 3-0 from Del Rosario to Burcham. Just 22 years old. From the DR. 3-0. This one's going to get the corner for a called strike. But a great pitcher's frame for Carlos Del Rosario, 6'5", 225. He delivers a 3-1, swung on and missed, took something off that one. And right over top of it was Burcham. Burcham, a strikeout victim back in the 5th inning against Duke von Schaman, in that inning where he struck out the side. Payoff delivery. Swung on and missed. So from 3-0 to a strikeout. So Scotty Burcham's down on strikes for the second time today, and that's the first Reds fans will see of Carlos Del Rosario. So quite a way to make the start. Work back from 3-0, stay in the count, and get a swinging strikeout. First pitch is upstairs. This is the new catcher, Alfonso Reyes. Played last year with Charleston in the Atlantic League. 1-0 delivery. Upstairs. So 2-0. The second straight hitter who has fallen behind. Another pinch hitter is on deck for Southern Maryland as well. Here's the 2-0 downstairs, and back-to-back 3-0 counts. On deck is Ian Yetzko. Played last season in the American Association. We'll see if Del Rosario has it in him to work back. 3-0 delivery. And it's downstairs, 4-pitch walk. So Ian Yetzko is the hitter. The walks have been what's gotten Del Rosario so far in his young career, as is a problem that faces most young power arms. Sets at the belt and delivers. First pitch from the stretch, tried to go for the breaking ball, didn't break, and it's upstairs. But 60 walks in 64 professional innings so far. Sets at the belt, looks over and delivers. Swung on and missed. There's the good fastball. Strikeouts were there as well. He had 82 of them over his career with the Orioles. But the career per nine is 11.5 strikeouts, 8.5 walks. But you see the upside in the young righty. His 0-1 is downstairs. Good block by Rodriguez. Reached low A with the Orioles, the Delmarva Shorebirds, last season. It's a 1-1 to Yetzko. Delivery. Downstairs. Kicks away from Rodriguez to the backstop. And making his way up to second base is Reyes. Another runner in scoring position for Southern Maryland. Carlos Del Rosario, Matt Meyer, and Robinson Parra will finish out this game on the mound for the Reds. And Del Rosario's first appearance this spring with York. Runner on second, and the delivery swung on and missed. Went upstairs with a fastball and got Yetzko to chase. Yetzko from DeWitt, Michigan, playing for the Blue Crabs after playing with Houston in the American Association last year. 2-strike delivery, set to the belt and comes to the plate, swung on and missed. So you see both ends of the spectrum so far with Del Rosario, 2 strikeouts and a walk. That second strikeout brings 2 away and back to the top of the order for Jack Sundberg. And you see Del Rosario there, got the first pitch strike, and it was a lot easier to control the at-bat that way. First pitch to Sundberg upstairs. Sundberg, the leadoff hitter, got the start in center field today and has stayed in the game. Strikeout, ground out, and then a double play ball. Got a chance to give the Blue Crabs their first run of the ball game with a runner on second, and the 1-0's up and away, make it 2-0. Sundberg is first year here in Southern Maryland in 2022. The 2-0 from Del Rosario. Misses up again, 3-0. Third 3-0 count in the inning that Del Rosario's worked himself into. Sets at the belt and delivers. And it's a 4-pitch walk. Another one misses up. So Sundberg's on base for the first time today. First and second and 2 away. And we're going to have a new hitter for Braxton Lee. There's number 4, Matt Hibbert. Hibbert, a returner from last season for Southern Maryland. And that's from the right side. So the day is done for Braxton Lee. First pitch on its way upstairs. So 5 straight from Del Rosario. Hibbert out of Edison, New Jersey. The right-on right matchup. 1-0 delivery. In there for a called strike. You have to think Hibbert was taking till he saw a strike, and there it is. Count even at 1. Joined Southern Maryland about a month into the season last year, did Hibbert, and worked his way into the everyday role in left field. 1-1 delivery. Driven out to left field towards the nemesis, looking up Stokes, and it's a foul ball. Had extra bases written all over it for Hibbert. But luckily just foul. Every time you see a ball driven out to left field, you get antsy because anything can happen over there. If you hit the wall, you have quite the opportunity for a crazy ricochet. All it is in context is a loud strike number 2. Del Rosario to Hibbert. Delivers. Down in the dirt. Good block by Lenin Rodriguez. And we have a timeout as the ball comes in from the Southern Maryland bullpen. Pretty interesting fact on Hibbert is that he was last year's league leader in hit by pitches in the Atlantic League. Not the funnest stat to be a league leader in, but league leader nonetheless. Here's the pitch from Del Rosario. It's up and away. Full count, 2 away. Runners will be going on the pitch. Del Rosario sets the belt. Payoff pitch to Hibbert. Runners go, and it's fouled off out of play to the right side. "23 hit by pitches last year for Hibbert in 74 games. Quite painful, I must say. But if you're of that old school baseball mentality, it gets you on base. Runners go again, swung on and missed. So a few walks sprinkled in there, but Carlos Del Rosario strikes out the side, and Southern Maryland is still scoreless through 8. You go to the bottom of the 8th, revs up 5-0. New pitcher coming in for Southern Maryland. Spring training finale will be right back on WOYK YouTube. New pitcher for Southern Maryland is the right-hander Alex Merrithew, 27 years old, out of Independence, Missouri. Plays collegiate ball at Rockhurst University in Kansas City. He was also in the American Association last year with the Houston Apollos. 34 games, 6 of them starts. He'll face Carlos Castro, Carlos Rivero, and Jack Kenley. Here in the bottom of the 8th, first pitch to Carlos Castro, in there for a called strike. Rockhurst out of the Great Lakes Valley Conference. 1-0 to Carlos Castro off the plate away. A 7.66 ERA last season in 74 innings pitched. Struck out 73. He's 1-1 to Castro, and the delivery is on the outside corner. I got the inside on the first strike and the outside there. In turn, walked 37 batters, so just a tick under a 2 strikeout to walk ratio. High set, and the 1-2 off the plate. Scoots past the catcher. I believe that's the final catcher on the roster behind the plate now, Austin Ray. For Matthew, Houston last year was the highest he's reached in professional baseball. Never in affiliated ball. High set and delivery. And Castro's going to rip that one to right center. It's going to get into the gap. Up against the wall, Castro makes the turn, heads to second. Here's the throw. Nobody covering second base, and Castro's in standing. A leadoff double for Carlos Castro. The Revs are in business here in the 8th. But Matthew's story, not all too uncommon here in the Atlantic League. It is the league of opportunity. You see all the players that have come and gone over the years. This is Carlos Rivero, who is newly into the game as a defensive replacement. First pitch swing and fouling it away. Carlos Castro off of second after the leadoff double. 0-1 to Rivero, now hitting for Elmer Reyes. And he swings through a fastball, down 0-2. But if you want to talk about opportunities, last year a couple Blue Crabs have played their way into Major League contracts this offseason. Joe DeLuca and Jordan Howard. Here's the 0-2 to Carlos Rivera. Down and in. Joe DeLuca, a catcher last season for Southern Maryland, picked up by the Reds organization. A couple of years in indie ball for DeLuca. 1-2 to Rivero in the meantime. Grounded to second base softly. And the throw on to first is in time from Scotty Burcham, one away. Castro moves up to third on the ground out. But Joe DeLuca last year, 17-game hit streak at the end of the season, led to the playoff push in which Southern Maryland narrowly won the second half title. And then Jordan Howard, an infielder, played his first season professionally last year. Started with Gastonia and then was traded in early September over to Southern Maryland. Runner on third, one away for Jack Kenley. First pitch. Kenley swings, drives it out to center field. Back on it is Sundberg. He'll make the basket catch, and Carlos Castro will tag and score. Make it 6-0 York, and the sacrifice fly by Jack Kenley. York continues to expand their lead. But I find that funny. You'll find trades in the Atlantic League here and there. Most of the time, it's guys getting opportunities, but they're early in the year. This is essentially the Atlantic League equivalent to a July 31st trade deadline deal in Major League Baseball. First pitch, called strike on the inside corner to Zakrak Hewson. But it earned the Blue Crabs a North Division title, and it earned Jordan Howard an opportunity in affiliated baseball. And that's why guys come to this Atlantic League. Pitch to Zakrak Hewson. In there, called strike. Hewson has hit the ball hard a couple times today. Most recently, a ground out to the shortstop back in the 6th. 6-0 York here, the bottom of the 8th. Check swing. Peel down to first, and he went around, says the first base umpire. Zakrak Hewson down on strikes, and that will end the inning. But a double by Carlos Castro, and he scores on the sacrifice fly by Jack Kenley. And the Revs continue to expand the lead. New pitcher in the ballgame. It'll be Matt Meyer when we come back. Spring training finale here on WOYK YouTube. Ninth inning here in the final spring training game between the Revs and the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. We'll be playing 10 innings today to get everyone their work. And here's a guy auditioning for a spot on the roster from the Prospect Dugout Showcase. It's the left-hander Matt Meyer. And he'll get a tough test, 3-4-5 here, starting with Jared Walker. Lefty on lefty matchup. First pitch, swung on and missed. Good fastball from Meyer, who struggled on Thursday with command against Lancaster. Had his inning cut short for pitch count reasons. Lefty again. Off the plate away. Count even at 1. Jared Walker, 1 for 3, single, fly out, and a strikeout. One delivery, runs in and gets him. So Walker reaches for the second time, this time on a hit by pitch. So now Meyer will work with a runner on and nobody away. And the batter is another returnee. into the game now in the DH role. It's Ruby Silva. Silva, an outfielder. Out of Cuba. Batting from the left side. First pitch from Meyer. Down and out. Good block by Lenin Rodriguez to keep it in front. Meyer sets and delivers. Off the plate away, 2-0. Meyer looks over at first, winds and delivers. That one's over the plate for a strike. Ruby Silva will turn 33 in June. Myers 2-1, inside. Ruby Silva was here in York back in 2017, played 7 games, excuse me. And then has made his way around independent baseball since that point. Winding back up in Southern Maryland, here's a drive out to left center field. Troy Stokes Jr., it'll hang up for him and he'll make the catch. So went the other way there, but is retired. And one away for the lefty Matt Meyer. Another new batter. This time it's the right-handed hitting infielder Raul Shah. Meyer winds and delivers. First pitch to Shaw, misses up. Raul Shaw, a local guy to the Blue Crabs out of Ellicott City, Maryland. 6'2", open stance from the right side. 1-0 from Meyer, off the plate away. Last year played in the Pioneer League with the Ogden Raptors. Meyer delivers. Upstairs, half swing. Holding back is Shaw. He's been in the Pioneer League for a few years. When he was 27 back in 2018, he led the league in batting average. Another delivery on his way from Meyer, up and in. So Shaw will draw the walk. Hit batter, fly out and a walk so far against Meyer in the 9th inning. We're back to Connor Lean. Lean reached on a walk and then struck out in back-to-back at-bats, facing Meyer and taking inside. Matt Meyer, the lefty from Jacksonville, delivers down and away. Was the first pitcher selected by the Revs in the Prospect Dugout Showcase Draft, along with Adrian Alarcon, who's pitched in the first 2 games of spring. Meyer delivers, swung on and missed. Has a lot of action on that 2-seam fastball arm side run. And that time ran far enough away from Lean. Two and one, Meyer winds. off the plate away. First two times York and Southern Maryland will meet this season. It won't be till the end of May. A midweek series, May 31st through June 2nd, here at Peoples Bank Park. Meyer at the belt, looks over, winds and delivers, and Lean will drive that one out to left field towards the wall. It's off the wall, halfway up. Stokes will field. Walker's in to score. Might have a play at third, throw in time to get him. So a good play by Troy Stokes to take it off the wall. Southern Maryland will score for the first time today. But the trailing Raul Shah is thrown out at third. It's a long single for Connor Lean. And Scotty Burcham digs in. You mentioned Troy Stokes wanted to get some work with the arch nemesis because the Reds will likely be without Melky Mesa at the start of the season. So 2 away. Meyer winds, delivers. In there for a called strike to Burcham. 3 announced Revs players will be arriving after the season has begun. Meyer's delivery. In there for a called strike at the letters to Burcham. 0-2. But outfielders Melky Mesa and JC Encarnacion will be a little bit late to the party, as will right-handed pitcher Randy Gonzalez. But they're expected relatively early into the season. And Meyer, with a swing, strike 3, gets the strikeout of Scotty Burcham and ends his day of work. But 1 run finally crosses for Southern Maryland. We go to the bottom of the 9th. York is up 6-1. Again, we're playing 10 innings here in the spring training finale. York against Southern Maryland here on WOYK YouTube. So this is spring training for you. There's a new pitcher on the mound for Southern Maryland, wearing the number 46. There is no number 46 on the Southern Maryland roster. So we'll refer to him as the mystery guy. He'll face Lenin Rodriguez, Josue Herrera, and Joey Skove. In the bottom of the 9th inning, York holding on to a 6-1 lead. First pitch, Lenin Rodriguez outside, ball 1. Tall right-hander winds and delivers. And Lenin Rodriguez up the middle, fielded by Bertram, actually kicks away from Scotty, and he can't make the play. So Lenin Rodriguez will hustle his way down to first base, reaching on the error. Bertram tried to take it on the short hop there and kicked away from him. So the Revs have a leadoff base runner. And back to Josue Herrera. Sway worked a long at bat that ended in a strikeout his last time up. Sets and delivers. And the first pitch is down and away. Throw over, not in time. Newcomer Robinson Parra will pitch the 10th inning for York. Delivery to Herrera. Misses down. Delivery, chopped on the ground, foul. Runner on first, Lenin Rodriguez, throw over. Not in time. Reached on an error by the second baseman, Scotty Bertram. So runner on first, nobody out, and a 6-1 York lead in the bottom of the ninth. Pitch to Herrera upstairs. So we approach 5 o'clock here on this Tuesday afternoon. Set at the belt and the delivery. Outside ball 4. Herrera works a walk. Second time today he's walked. So 2 base runners here to lead off the ninth. Back to the top of the order, and Joey Skove. Skove walked and then scored on the Troy Stokes Jr. double. First and second, nobody out. Pitch to Skove, outside. Joey Skove played last year with the Tupper Lake River Pigs in the Empire League. Was discovered by manager Mark Mason out of a camp in Fort Myers back in December. And saw the raw abilities of Skove between the speed and the arm strength, which clocked triple digits from the outfield. 1-0. Bounces away from the catcher into the backstop. Heard a clunk. It might have just hit the helmet there. The runners move up. So second and third, still nobody out. So we mentioned the 6'3", 60-yard dash speed of Skove, and then clocked 100 miles an hour from the outfield, which led Mark Mason to believe that perhaps there's some two-way potential in Skove, and we'll have to wait and see how that works out as the roster begins to take form here. Sets at the belt, and the delivery to Skove is on the outside corner, called strike. Hear a little conversation there between Troy Stokes and Joe, our team photographer. Second and third, nobody out. Pitch is inside to Skove. It's 3-1. York, and a chance for a few more to be added on second and third. The 3-1 pitch awaits, and here comes to Joey Skove. Swing and a miss. Draws the count full. Full count on its way. Skove awaits. And the payoff is on the outside corner, called strike 3. And Joey Skove down on strikes for the first out of the 9th inning. So after an error and a walk, this new pitcher bounces back, and now he'll have the opportunity to face Troy Stokes. Stokes has been on base 3 times today, hit by a pitch, a walk, and an RBI double. That was in his last at-bat back in the 7th. Sets and delivers, and the first pitch is in there for a called strike to Stokes. Troy Stokes Jr., a couple extra base hits now in the spring. Went yard in the spring opener last Thursday against Lancaster. Has an outfield assist to his ledger also today. And he drives this one out to center field. Chasing back on it is Sundberg. Backpedaling, makes the catch. Lenin Rodriguez will tag and score. Josue Herrera to third as the throw is cut off and sack fly and an RBI, second RBI of the ball game for Troy Stokes Jr. And it extends the lead to 7-1. Runner on third. Still one away, and in again, the third baseman, Carlos Franco. A walk, a home run, and 2 strikeouts for the Revs' third baseman. And the first pitch here misses down and in. Robinson Parra makes his way back from the bullpen. It will be the last Revolution arm to throw here in today's ball game. 1-0 to Franco. At the knees for a called strike. Josue Herrera off of third base. Franco back in the third inning, a moonshot onto the right center field lawn and in there for a called strike again. So Franco down 1-2. Already has strikeouts in back-to-back at-bats. He's down 1-2 here. This one's down and in, kicks away from Ray, and Herrera will hold it third. Draws the count even at 2. Again, Josue Herrera at third base. Looks like the Revs will also hit in the bottom of the 10th as there's another arm warning for Southern Maryland. In the meantime, it's 2-2 to Carlos Franco, a third baseman who's hitting the 3-hole all 3 games this spring, so presumably where he will slot into the opening day lineup on Friday. 2-2, up and away. Franco works his way back in the count. Too many Carloses. There's 3 of them on the team this year. Daryl and I constantly joke about how we've already mixed them up multiple times, but no one can replace Carlos Franco. as he will tell you he's the best. Full count. Off the plate, ball 4. So Franco works his second walk of the afternoon. He is on base. Runners on the corners for Nelly Rodriguez. So a solid day at the office for Carlos Franco. He's reached base 3 times. 2 walks, a long ball. In the final game of spring training here, and Nelly Rodriguez will get a chance to hit. Nelly singled back in the 5th. Runners on the corners. First pitch is at the letters for a called strike. Oh, 0-1 to Nelly Rodriguez. And backdoors a breaking ball and catches the inside corner. Nelly down 0-2. Attended George Washington High School in New York. Misses up. George Washington High School, also attended by a couple of former Major League standouts, Manny Ramirez and the Hall of Fame second baseman Rod Carew. Rodriguez down 1-2 in the count here, 2 away in the 9th. Here's the delivery, and it bounces outside. Good block by the catcher, Rey. Speaking of catchers, Nelly Rodriguez was drafted as a catcher out of high school. Played on Team USA for their 16U and 18U squads and was teammates at one point with Nick Travieso. 2-2 to Rodriguez. And he swings through a fastball. Strike 3. So Rodriguez is down, and we head to the 10th. So you get free baseball here today in the spring finale. It'll be the young right-hander Robinson Parra, the final Rev arm to make an appearance today, and we'll be right back with it on WOIK YouTube. The Revs will pitch for the final time here in the 10th inning of our spring training finale here on WOYK YouTube. And the first batter he will face is the catcher, Austin Rey. Robinson Parra, the young right-hander, winds and delivers, and the first pitch is on the outside corner for a called strike. and has played 3 seasons, has Parra, with the Red Sox in the Dominican Summer League. 0-1 is at the letters for a called strike 2. Quickly 0-2 from Robinson Parra. In there for a called strike 3. 3 pitches, 3 strikes for Robinson Parra. So it's a huge jump for Parra to go from the Dominican Summer League straight to the Atlantic League at just 23 years old. But the young Venezuelan arm is proven his worth. First pitch is chopped to second. High hop Kenley from the outfield grass in time to get the hustling Ian Yetzko. Quickly 2 outs for Robinson Parra, making quite the impression. But a Dominican Summer League All-Star back in 2019 when he was just 20 years old. Pitched in 19 games, pitched to a 1.91 ERA in 37 2/3, struck out 30. And like many young arms, had trouble with the walks early in his career. But last year only walked 13 to 26 strikeouts. Has pounded the zone so far in his outing today. First pitch inside, back to the top of the order, in Jack Sundberg. It's very rare you see a guy who has so much youth. Here's the 0-1 delivery in there for a strike to Sundberg, and even the count at 1. Very rare you see a guy become available, especially coming off another strong season with the Red Sox organization. 1-1, outside corner, called strike 2. So Parra has been in the strike zone all outing so far. 3-pitch strikeout and then a 1-pitch chopper. This will be just pitch number 8 of the inning. Parra winds and delivers. And it's off the glove of Rodriguez. And it's a ball. But it works to the Revs' advantage, and he is here in York for 2022. And if he can pitch like this, will be a big part of the bullpen. Here's the 2-2. Swung on, left field towards the line. Stokes over. It'll drop in front of him for a base hit. Sundberg will make the turn and stay. The first hit of the afternoon for the center fielder, and a 2-out base runner against Robinson Parra. Jared Walker on deck. Here's the first pitch from Parra. Is a little bit upstairs. This is Matt Hibbert once again. Open stance from the right side. Parra's delivery fouled back to the screen. The Revs are going to put a lot of faith in some young bullpen arms, at least early on in this season. Robinson Parra is certainly one of them. Jocelyn Arias pitched well again yesterday. Delivery from Parra. Up and in. Note on Arias, he was pitching in front of fans in a live workout after FanFest, throwing live to some Revs hitters. And clocked a very easy 94 miles an hour here on the People's Bank Park radar gun. Parra's delivery, called strike. So Parra has a chance for his second strikeout of the inning. It's the first game action Parra has seen. Has thrown live and looked good so far when he's been facing Revs hitters in practice. Fans getting to see him in action for the first time today. That one is close, but off the plate. So full count, 2 outs. Sundberg will be running on the pitch. Again, Jared Walker is on deck if this inning can continue. Parra looks in for the sign, high set. And the delivery is into left field. Stokes coming in. It'll hang up just enough for him to make the catch and end the inning. So a 2-out base runner reaches, but Robinson Parra out of the inning unscathed. Final at-bats for the Revs. Final pitcher coming in for Southern Maryland here on WOIK YouTube.
Yeah, everything's good.
Final pitcher of the afternoon is in for the Blue Crabs, the right-hander Junior Navas. The first pick by the Blue Crabs out of this year's showcase draft. They're just 22 years old. Has a chance to shine in the bullpen for Stan Clyburn and company this year. Started in the Dominican Summer League at just 17 years old with the Twins. And the first batter he will face here in the 10th is Carlos Castro. And it gets away outside for ball 1. 18 innings pitched in that age 17 season. And did not allow an earned run in that span. Called strike to Carlos Castro again. Played in the Gulf Coast League at 18 and 19. And then another victim of the cuts of 2020. Tried to backdoor a breaking ball, but Castro takes. (7-1) Rebs, and they'll have a chance to add some insurance. Swing and a miss from Castro. I mean, it's not necessarily insurance, given that they have already won this game. But in the interest of spring training, trying to get guys as much work as possible, and giving Navas a chance to throw here. Pitch to Castro, popped up behind the plate. Ray looking, he might have a play on it, and he does. I thought that was going to get out beyond the fence, but it was knocked down. first out of the inning. In other Blue Crab / Atlantic League news, it was just announced today, not that it's a surprise to anybody, but Daryl Thompson will be getting the opening day start on Thursday against Lexington for the Blue Crabs. First pitch to Carlos Rivero is a swinging strike. And I guess that basically goes without saying when you're the back-to-back defending Atlantic League Pitcher of the Year, as Thompson is. Inside Carlos Rivero. And you can sort of also make that decision for yourself if you are a player coach, as Daryl Thompson is, also serves as the pitching coach on this Southern Maryland staff. Pitch to Rivero, fouled back to the screen. Jack Kenley on deck. A well-deserved opening day nod for Daryl Thompson. Pitch from Navas. Misses away. Nothing has been officially announced, but if things line up like they have, Alex Sanabia will get the nod on Friday, followed by Austin Nicely on Saturday. Pitch is in there for a called strike 3 to Rivero, and there's 2 down. Back-to-back strikeouts for Navas. Back-to-back outs for Navas. First one was a pop-out. And here's Jack Kenley. Sanabia threw 4 innings in a sim game on Sunday. And then Austin Nicely threw a couple of innings in the exhibition yesterday against Lancaster. And then the other 3 who project to the rotation, Nick Travieso, Jorge Martinez, and Duke Von Schaman, respectively, all pitched 2 innings today. So one will likely get the Sunday nod, with the other 2 on Tuesday and Wednesday in Lexington. Pitch to Kenley is on the outside corner for a strike. Zakrak Hewson on deck if the game continues. Pitch to Kenley. In the air, center field. Coming in on it is Sundberg. He will put it away, and that puts a bow on spring training. The Revs win this exhibition contest 7-1. Great outings up and down, particularly by the starters, Travieso, Martinez, and Von Schaman. So the Revs will make the final touches to their roster and get ready to play on Friday in Long Island. Darrell Henry will take you through the first 6 games of the season. Ducks this weekend and Lexington next week. And I will be with him here in Lancaster on next Friday. And then we hope you can all join us all season long, and particularly come out to see us on Tuesday, May 3rd, as the Revolution host the Gastonia Honey Hunters, the 15th season of baseball here in York. Gets underway with a huge opening night giveaway of taking a piece home of the Arch Nemesis if you so choose. But again, signing off, Jake Ness. I look forward to talking with you all season long. Again, Revs win it 7-1 here in the final game of spring training, and Daryl will talk to you Friday against the Long Island Ducks. Jake Ness signing off. Have a